Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Heather Derwin-Etherly and I'm that Kelly Zoney girl that would much rather be outside. Today I'm coming with you with the idea of 5 easy things that you can do that can help you lose a little bit of weight and keep that weight off. And it's just easy everyday changes that you can do in your life. The first suggestion might seem a little strange, but bear with me, and that is skipping lunch. Lunch is fairly new within the last several hundred years. People didn't used to eat lunch. They used to eat breakfast later in the morning and dinner earlier in the evening, and there wasn't that third meal in the day. So really that's an add-on. And it's pretty easy to adjust to that after a time. It might be painful at first, but there were a lot of years where I didn't eat lunch just out of necessity because I was in a school system and, with 20 minutes there wasn't time for anything. So I would just have a quick snack kind of thing in the middle of the day. So that's the first one, is skipping lunch, having a big healthy breakfast, which actually is supposed to be your big meal of the day anyway. And then an earlier dinner, it's easier to do. So that's number one. The second one is substituting one thing. There's a lot of ways you can substitute one thing. It could be literally switching one thing for another. My favorite thing to substitute, because I love hamburgers, is instead of getting the fries, I'll order a side salad. Really easy. That's one thing that can be done. Another way that you can substitute some things is how you move around, not just about food. So that's one idea, is food. The other thing is, when I'm in a building, if I can't always, I try to take the stairs instead of the elevator. Obviously, if my hands are full or I'm carrying babies or whatever, I am not going to take the stairs. But when I can, I do. This is something I've been doing forever. When I go grocery shopping, I'm not even going to talk about today's current situation. When we're in normal life and I go to the grocery store and the parking lot's full of cars, I always park at the end of the lot. And I've done that forever. Even when I drove piece of junk cars, I parked them at the end of the lot, because it was just easier and faster for me to park at the end of the lot and book it into the store than to do that thing that people do, trying to get the perfect spot. So I did it for that reason. But exercise reason, you're walking a little bit further to go to the store, and the more you walk, or for those of you that count steps, then it's more steps in your day. So that's the second one. The third one, which is really important, is sleep. Did you know that when you're not getting your 8 hours of sleep at night, that your body isn't getting what it needs to recover? It isn't burning those calories that it burns in your sleep, and it kind of jacks up your system. So sleep is huge important. And I know that there's a lot of sleep struggles out there, but that's one that you do want to try to solve, because sleep makes a huge difference in your body and your weight loss management as well. The fourth one is water. Water is, I live in the desert. We drink a lot of water, but I don't think I did before I lived in the desert. But you know what? You're supposed to drink a half an ounce to an ounce of water per body weight per day. How many people actually do that? I think, obviously people that are into some kind of athletic field, they do, but normal everyday people that sit behind a desk, I don't know that we do, because that's a lot of water. It's about a gallon of water. So water is huge important, because obviously that's part of your body's balance system. But the other thing with water, and this is kind of a trick I read about years ago with all the skinny mini Hollywood types, is they drink water before they eat a meal. And then that kept them from overeating. So like if I'm gonna have something super naughty like pizza, and I have a big glass of water, then I'm less likely to have too many pieces of pizza and still get to enjoy that naughty meal. So water is a big, huge factor. The fifth factor, which I say for last because it's the biggest for everything, but specifically on today's topic, it's stress. Stress will make you retain weight. And I can tell you this from personal experience, because I was looking back at a picture of me, a couple of years ago when I was still in the job that was making me feel toxic. And just the way my face looked, I could see how different I looked after I left that situation. So stress is huge. It's a huge killer. anything you can do to relieve stress. Sometimes we're trapped in a situation that's not that easy, but here's some suggestions. I know you can't always escape your job, or you can't always escape that coworker, or whatever the situation is, but now that you're not eating lunch, whatever your period of time is that you have for lunch at your job, or if you work for yourself that you allot yourself, go for a walk, and you live where I am, where it's really hot, maybe you can be inside of a building, like some places still have indoor malls, somewhere where you can just move and walk around, even if it's inside the building. That movement for that period that's your designated lunch hour is going to help you feel better about whatever it is that's maybe out of your control. But that walk can be done, even if it's up and down the stairs. Anything you can do to relieve the stress. Of course, there's all kinds of suggestions out there about starting your day and all of those things, but during the workday, think about what you might be able to do with stress. So those are 5 easy things that you can implement. Pretty easy to make those changes and adjustments. Regardless of what you're doing, if you're doing some kind of a system where you are working on having help with weight loss, these can also be implemented as part of that. If you want to talk about what I have with the triple threats, drop me a note and I'll be happy to share that information. Whatever you want to do, try these 5 things, see what they do for you. Have a happy night, have a healthy night. Many blessings to everybody. Until next time, bye now.